Donnie B, GotDaBeats.
What's good, everybody? It's Donnie B got the beats, man. We back for another edition of the Beat, man. Who would have knew I'm still going in 2024 with the Beat season 7, ladies and gentlemen? But we are at the tail end, man. And you know what? I had to take my little sabbatical and kind of get my mind right and get prepared for 2024 because it's gonna be a big year, 2024. This guest tonight, as I informed her, sparked something different where I got everybody that, like I got the waiting list out the door now, you know what I mean? So good things for me, but great things for her. Her milkshake brought all the boys to the yard, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I'm thankful and I'm glad that the COVID pivot is still pivoting. But without further ado, those that know the show know what time it is. It's time for that glorious intro, y'all. Let's get to it. So I make no shucking the jabbing about how I meet my guests. I meet my guests while I'm out and about and roaming in the streets, man. I try to keep my ear to the ground for good music and good people, man. And tonight's guest reached out to me, and I am thankful and blessed that she did because this sister is talented. When I say talented, I don't mean in the colloquial sense. I'm saying she's really, really talented, ladies and gentlemen, and y'all really need to hear what she got going on. So without further ado, we're going to get straight to it. I love to bring, I should say, international recording artists, so dare I say national recording artists, but international recording artist and pop sensation, Anna Storm. What's going on, Anna Storm? How you doing?
I love that intro. That was dope.
I appreciate
I'm just chilling. I'm like honored to be on your show. Super great energy. So really happy to be here.
The pleasure is all about to have you on the show, definitely. When people hear what you got working on, it the pleasure is absolutely all by, man. So make sure, without further ado, I want to make sure that everybody gets down and make sure you follow and subscribe Anna Storm. She's all over social media at It's Anna Storm. I'll let her correct me if I'm wrong with that, but I only have the Insta right down here. The same math applies all the way across the board. It's Anna Storm. So make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe throughout the course. And then hit her up if you're on this and you tune in. Make sure you put words in the comments section and just let her feel y'all energy and y'all presence, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So here we go, Anna. Like I said, pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much. I want to get this thing moving because I generally like to respect people's time. And I want to make sure that people get to understand and they get the feeling of who you are. And so I definitely want them to get to that music. So if I fast track a little bit, it's because I really want people to understand that music and I want them to hear what you're doing.
Oh, I appreciate that a lot. Sure.
Indeed. So let's start. Number one. We're going to go straight to the top. This is I don't want to say perennial question, but this is a very, very good question that I love. It's one of the top 3 important questions on this show. And I want to start with who. And I want you to let people know who is Anna Storm.
Ooh. So, that's a good question. Anna Storm is a alpha female. She's a boss bitch.
Hey.
She is a popular social media influencer and pop sensation who makes self-empowerment anthems for everyone to feel good and love themselves more.
Awesome.
Yep. Pretty much that's what I am. I grew up in a really small town in Connecticut and I didn't really fit in and I was like bullied a lot and at times I felt like I had no one but myself. And so I turned to music and started writing songs when I was like really young. And I was just always, I was always kind of creative and I was kind of different because my town was so preppy and stuff.
Hmm.
And music just really helped me in expressing my creativity, like through fashion and whatnot. And I sort of developed this performing like persona, like Anna Storm, like this alpha female, like to be the strong woman that I kind of needed when I was younger, I feel like. And a lot of my music, I think, reflects that, just like loving yourself and, being confident and just everything that's positive. I feel like I try to reflect in my music, strength.
I love that. I love that. And I dare I say she's articulate, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Laid it all the way out. You know what I mean? But I love that, and thank you for sharing. I want to. We're definitely going to touch on a lot of the tidbits and stuff that you just unpacked there, because what you said was pretty concise. But we want to make, I'm going to get back to it because actually a lot of what you stated touches on questions that I have lined up. So I'm glad because again,
Oh, it's perfect. So it
yeah,
kind of fits with the,
I see what
yeah,
you did there. I see what you did.
yes, yes.
So again, with the Anna Storm brand, and I love how you put it because being an artist myself, I think we all kind of build these kind of um structures to represent who we are, to kind of house us and keep us, right?
Yeah.
And I love how you put it in a perspective. And we'll get to that in a bit. But I want to, now that you introduced who Anna Storm is, now I want to set the Wayback Machine and let's take it back for a second. Okay.
Okay. For sure.
You mentioned growing up. You mentioned you grew up in a good Northeast, and I grew up in the Northeast myself, not as far north, but in the Washington D.C. area. But my
Yes.
family tri-state. So I made trips back and forth up to NYC and up to Danbury and
Oh, Denver. That's the mall
yeah,
I used to go to growing up. So
yeah, that was Donnie B's little traveler,
I
But
love it.
I'd like for you to discuss what it was like for you growing up and what led to you, and you don't have to fully unpack that because we're gonna get to, with music and how you got introduced and so forth and so on. But just specifically, geolocating yourself in the Northeast, what was it like for you growing up? What did you experience while you were growing up, and how did you overcome that to become the success that you are today?
Okay. So growing up, of course, I grew up in just like a really small town, very homogenous, just no diversity. And, there was a lot of emphasis to just excel, and everyone was kind of like a brainiac in my town. I was pretty smart. I did well in school, but I just never fit in. Like
Mm.
I was constantly bullied. There was like an I Hate Anna club growing up,
What?
and recess. Yeah, there were girls in middle school and high school. There were girls that like followed me home with like metal bats. It was like the weirdest. I don't exactly know why they picked on me so hard. I always felt like if I had grown up in like more of a city and less of like a preppy town, I
Yeah.
might have been cool, maybe. But because I was growing up in this like really small preppy, everyone popping their collars uptown in Connecticut, and I was just a little bit like edgier. I was just like an outcast, and I just had no one, and um, I didn't really feel like trying to fit in because it wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also funny because the family that I come from, it's pretty like traditional, like Jewish, kind of conservative family. And I was just maybe I was even like a little bit more eccentric than them too. So I always kind of felt like slightly like a black sheep, like in the town I grew up with and my family as well. But that, I didn't want to, like, as much as I didn't fit in the environment that I was in, I wanted to be able to express myself. I didn't want to be like limited in that way. And I dressed how I wanted. I didn't wear polo shirts. Like I wore, Urban Outfitter, like a little bit edgier, cooler stuff. Um, I started, I got actually, I feel like I was one of the only people in my town that was like super into like hip hop and stuff. and just I had like a different taste in music than everyone in my town.
Mhm.
And because I would just like watch MTV, I just decided one day I was going, I think I was like 11 years old. I decided I was going to write my first song. And I actually I wrote it, and then I decided I was going to have the balls to actually sing it in the talent show, even though I was like bullied by everyone in school. I'm like, fuck this. I'm just going to go. I'm going to sing the song that I wrote when I was 11, and I'm going to sing it in the freaking school talent show. And I did. And as soon as I was on that stage, I'm like, wow, I feel like I belong here. And even though like I'm picked on all the time, I felt like it was really my place to shine, you know?
Awesome.
Yeah. So that was like kind of the beginning of when I realized that I kind of needed to gravitate towards music and songwriting. And that was like a method of, channeling my self expression and just being me.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Well, I definitely thank you for sharing. I mean, that's a great story. We actually have a lot of parallels because it's funny. I actually wrote my first song when I was 11 as well.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is fun. I guess you could say I was bullied too. Maybe it's it's par for the course for creative talent. You know, when people don't understand you and you don't understand yourself, then
Mm,
they pick at that.
yes.
Interested. Case study.
I know, right? I feel like it would be a good case study to see if that's like a commonality between, yeah.
Awesome. Now, as far as your city and your town in Connecticut, I mean, can you like reference it? How far was it from like maybe say NYC or you know what I mean, like Boston? I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Boston.
Boston, the accent. Oh my god. So it was about an hour and a half away from New York City. A
Okay.
lot of people in my town, like their parents would commute into New York City and just live like in that town in Connecticut.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm familiar with the Northeasters and all of that. All that.
Yeah, you know the vibes. It's
I
different
get
than the West Coast for sure.
it. Indeed. Indeed. Victoria Holland. Hey, Donnie B got the beats. Hey, Victoria Holland. She's a podcaster. She's a wellness coach. Everything from the East
Oh,
Coast, hailing all the way from North Carolina, tuning in. So,
no,
uh,
hi.
hey, thanks, Big. Thanks for tuning in. Much love to you. Much love to you. And while I got you here, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe Anna Storm on all social media. It's Anna Storm. But right now at the bottom, I just have her Instagram at the bottom. So feel free, let her know that you know that she exists and that you support her because we need more support as independent artists. Hear me? You hear me?
Yes.
All right. And she said, hey, love y'all.
Oh,
Hey, all right. So, Anna, thank you for again sharing about growing up in the Northeast and let people know who you are. While we're still talking, like I said, setting the Wayback Machine, and you
yeah.
mentioned this as well. When was there actually? Because the question is, when did you discover your talents? And I think you already explained that to a degree, right?
Yeah,
So,
to a degree when I wrote this song, yeah.
so was there any inkling beforehand that
Yes.
made you okay? So, what was
So
that?
I would take my mom was like a fan of Mariah Carey, which obviously I am too. But I would take her Mariah Carey CDs when I was like really little,
Mhm.
like, and I would just play them and try to imitate the vocal runs. And
Mm.
like I felt like I kind of taught myself to sing from just like taking my mom's Mariah Carey CDs.
I love that.
And I had to start with like the hardest stuff, obviously, because I was like, how does she do that with her voice?
Yeah.
And I'm like, can I try to maybe sort of do that? Obviously, I can't hit all the notes, but I can sing some of her songs. Not the way she can, but I could sing some of them. And that
Word.
was like sort of where I got my inkling. I'm like, oh, maybe I can, sing. This is fun.
You know what's funny about that? Like I said, we do have a lot of parallels, and you know, I've done this for 7 seasons. I've never really fully divulged this, and I'm going to share this with you because you brought it out. Um, I didn't. I listened to Mariah Carey a little bit. The person who actually got me to really think about singing.
Yeah.
Most people don't know that. Freddie Mercury. I used
What?
to I used to really sit back and listen to Queen because my dad was a funk bassist for and a music producer for a funk band or two in the mid late 70s, and so we grew up in a house of music all the time. But listening to music, oh, Another One Bites the Dust was the one that started it, and I
Wow,
just
no
really,
way.
yeah, I really listened to it, and I was just like, I gotta listen to, you know what I mean. So from We Are the Champions to I was exposed at a really really young age, so listen to his vocal runs and how they harmonized and created this operatic kind of sound over rock music was
Yes.
ridiculous. And so saying all that to say, the parallels are very similar because I can
That's
understand.
crazy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can understand extracting the audio and really locking in to try to mimic and really kind of make it your own. So I understand that. Like I said, it
That's
resonated
so
more
dope.
than uh you might know. I would
Wow, that's dope.
say.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
Freddie
yeah.
Mercury is a good one, so
Most people would never. You'd be hard pressed.
I wouldn't have guessed that, to be honest, but
I for a lot of reasons, right? But I mean, but I can understand that. But I have a very, like I said, my dad listened to, woke us up every Saturday, playing music. So my music range is very eclectic. I got
that's
very
awesome.
anything from Bruce Springsteen to Spiral Gyra to you name it. I listen
Oh,
to it.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
That's
the
dope.
no idea. So thank you again for sharing. I want while you on this journey that you have forged for yourself and becoming the celebrity that you are. I'd like for you to do us the pleasure of sharing what are or were your biggest obstacles while establishing yourself in the industry.
Yeah, so the biggest obstacles in establishing myself at first was, I always had this desire to pursue entertainment, but I did, I went to college and there was some expectation, by my parents to follow the more traditional route that a lot of people in the East Coast follow. But then I moved out west and I actually got I got fired from my last two office jobs. And they're like, why don't you find something, like, you're really smart, like you can do the work, but you're just not a fit, and we can tell you just don't want to be here. And then I kind of took it as a sign. I'm like, maybe I need to like figure out how to like really pursue entertainment and really do this shit. I'm out here. I don't have the expectations from my family. I can really just do what I want all the way across the country. And then I actually got linked up through fitness because I am really into like working out and stuff. I got linked up with a mutual friend to a music producer named Josh Stevens, who produced for like LMFAO and like a lot of big like pop and rap artists. And we started just like working on a few songs and kind of developing my brand. So I kind of like, it's funny because like right as I thought, how am I gonna pursue this? Then my friend kind of, helped me get started, and it seemed like it was like out of nowhere, but the timing was like perfect.
Mm,
Um, I would say like the biggest obstacles in establishing myself at first where I was just kind of like, I don't know anything about the music industry. Like, and most people don't. Now I
right,
do, but
right.
you know, like 4 years ago, like I didn't know anything about the music industry when I like before I put out my first single, Confident, like I was kind of clueless. And most of us are if we're not in it, we just like would watch, music videos on YouTube or MTV when they used to show music videos or whatever. And we just don't really know what goes into it. We just see the finished product, right? But like um when I started music, I was like, wow, this is like hard, and like understanding like building a brand and marketing yourself and constantly pushing your shit on social media. Like there is a huge grind that goes into it, and it's daily, and it's like 24/7. You're constantly having to think of like creative ways to put yourself out there and build your brand and just like grow your audience. It's and you I feel like it's just not stuff you thought about if you're not in the industry. Like if you're looking at it from an outside perspective, you
Yeah.
know, but then when you're in it, and I would say that's one of the biggest challenges. I happen to think I'm good at it, but it is a lot of grinding. Also, another challenge, and I've really started to get over this like a while ago, but there are so many like doubts from people even like closest to you. You know, actually, it's usually the people closest to you that doubt you, and they're usually like the low key, like biggest haters, and they will
Mm.
not share shit. I'll have like tons of strangers sharing, liking, supporting my shit, like other people that are, you know, celebrities that I've been doing it forever, they'll comment on my shit, but my own quote friends
Mm.
will like not support my shit. And I've seen that that's actually like a common occurrence, you know, which is so weird. Like, but that's and you know, and also, you know, some of the just like the people that you think will like support you the most, like they're the ones that support you the least. And that's like a weird, you know, kind of challenge
Right.
you have to come to terms with, I guess.
I love that you should said that too, because yeah, that's been a plight for sure. At least for me and the people that I know that I've worked with. I actually went on a blog last week and discussed that specifically,
Oh wow.
and even to the point where it's just like it gets to the point where it gets beyond kind of frustrating because not only do they not post your stuff or not think to try to push your stuff or try to get your help to get your brand out there, they'll like let uh Billie Eilish come out with something and then they'll post something to say, hey, the Billie Eilish just came out, and it's just
Yes!
like,
It's like Billie Eilish doesn't give a shit about you. She doesn't
and yet
even know she'll never know who you are.
and still you choose to go in that direction, but then let you get that some serious accolades, or at the Coachella or something like that, be like, I always knew.
Oh, it's so at all it does happen. I remember when I got my placement for Confident and Versace Shade on Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls, like
Nice.
there were people that were just like coming out like the woodwork. They're like, "Oh my god, I knew you could do it! Wow, this is so amazing! Oh my god!" Like I was telling this person about my friend named Anna, and she is like a big. It's just like you did not care when I put out this song like a couple years ago before it got picked up by the show. Now all of a sudden it's like, wow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how it goes, and it's even more ridiculous when you catch people in their bullshit,
Oh
because
my
it's like,
god,
you know
yes.
what I mean? It's like, come on, man, like seriously, and they're like, oh, well, I never knew, and like,
You never knew. It's like shut the fuck up.
well, nonetheless, like I said, I mean, your accolades are your accolades, and you definitely are very, very proven what it is that you got going on. We actually have some video, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going to share with you with regard to Anna Storm. I definitely want to make sure that first, if you haven't done so already, make sure you like, subscribe, go follow Anna Storm on social media. She's listed on all social media as It's Anna Storm. But like I said, I just have her Instagram at the bottom because I like to keep it simple, stupid. You know what I mean? So that's what we do here. But with going back to you, Anna, thank you for sharing. And again, like I said, we got a lot of parallels, and I'm
I
loving
know,
it.
that's pretty wild, actually.
Now, you mentioned your friend, I believe you said Josh Stevens, right? Did I say his name right?
Yes, Josh Stevens,
Okay,
yep.
just want to make sure. So shout out to Josh Stevens, by the way. Besides Josh Stevens, can you name some notable people that you work with, if you care to share? Because I know in the
Yeah,
industry it's somewhat taboo,
no, I will share. So I had my song Versace Shade. I did a acoustic live unplugged cover of it. Oh, thank you. I did Queen Anna. I did an acoustic live unplugged, um, like and like an MTV unplugged
Mhm.
video version of my song Versace Shade with Wes Scantlin, who's the
Mhm.
lead singer from Puddle of Mud.
Yeah.
So I worked with him, which was kind of cool because like he's kind of like a old school like grunge rock artist, and we kind of redid my song, which is originally a dance pop song, like in a like
Different.
sort of grunge-y vibe. So it's different. It's cool. And then I have worked with on the Confident remix. There's fairly popular rapper. I think he's big on SoundCloud. JK the Reaper, who's on the Confident remix.
Okay.
And then I actually have a collab coming out. It's done, but it's going to be on my upcoming first album that's coming out in 2024 with the rapper P Pablo. I have a
Nice.
record coming out with him, and as well as a record coming out with the rapper Mims. He had the song "This Is Why I'm Hot."
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, those are some of the people.
You making a rounds.
Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome. Shoot, I didn't have my people call your people. Okay, okay. Congratulations with that, and I know we're looking forward to the project that comes out in 2024. So I definitely myself am going to be looking out with great sincerity and earnest. I want to take it to another question. Who and or what were your inspirations in
Yeah, of
becoming?
course. So who were my inspiration? Obviously Mariah Carey at first, because she was the first exposure to, singing and just playing CDs and whatnot. Definitely Christina Aguilera.
Mm, okay.
I like love her. I loved her when I was growing up. Just her voice was amazing. I just loved her artistry and just
Mhm.
like her edginess. Britney Spears, for sure. Um, as far as who else, like, I mean, I really like Doja Cat.
Okay.
I like Billie Eilish. I love a lot of hip hop. That's probably my number one most listened to genre over pop, actually. I love like older school, like 2000s, old school, not really 90s, but some of just like I love PD Pablo, so I was happy I got to work with him. Um, I love like Lil Wayne. I love Future, uh, Lil Uzi Vert. Yeah,
You
just
gotta love a little Uzi Vert.
what
You gotta love a little
I
Uzi Vert.
love Uzi Vert, Playboy Cardi, 21 Savage. I like a lot of the new hip hop actually. A lot of people will kind of be like, Anna, you really like this? I'm like, yeah, I do like it.
Nice. Okay. Okay. I get it. I love it. I love it. My inspirations, like I told you, is just I got just a ton of them. But I think, you know, I think with me when it comes to hip hop, I'm such a dinosaur. I'm such a fan of the old when hip hop was hip hop and what hip hop stood for. Whereas now it's more rap, so forth and so on. You know what I mean?
It's more
Definitely,
rap now. Yeah,
yeah.
I
It's
agree with you.
the culture behind what made hip hop what it is kind of non-existent now. People, it's like we so
Yeah,
far removed
no,
from.
I almost feel like it's like the new stuff is like a different genre, and I try to explain this to people. Like I'm
Yeah,
like the new stuff is it's just like a completely different animal.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the best way to put it. It definitely is a different animal. It's its own infrastructure.
yeah.
You know what I
No,
mean?
it
And,
is. It is.
you know, but hopefully with stuff we're working on, we gonna work on that. We're gonna bridge the gap a little bit. But that's
Yeah,
neither here nor there. That's something for another time. But nonetheless, I'm glad. I'm actually. How does this is an off schedule question, by the way? How
yeah.
does your love for hip hop uh tie into your success in pop? How does that work?
You know, so I feel like even in like okay, in my song "Confident," there's a little rap part, and I
Mm,
feel like it contours. There's a rap part. Like I always try to put, except Versace She doesn't have a rap part, but I always try to put like a rap part in my singing because
mm,
okay, when I was growing up in school, I
mm,
used to also for school projects like for chemistry class or history class, if there was ever like a project, I would write a rap about the subjects and
Right.
like perform it in front of the class because I just loved rap. And
Mhm.
so it became something that I just like enjoyed doing and I thought it was really fun. I know it sounds really cheesy, and then like everyone just would think it was pretty cool. I mean, that was like the only time people thought I was cool when I was like rapping in front of like this goofy fucking bitch rapping in front of class. So that and then also I just feel like even my Anna Storm, like we're asking like you're asking who is Anna Storm, and like my
Mhm.
persona, I feel like it's very bold, very confident, like kind of in your face, like I don't give a fuck. And I feel like a lot of that is like very hip hop.
Mm.
So I feel like sort of some of my mentality kind of can tie in with that kind of like hip hop persona. And then also like my songs, my songs being on Lizzo's show, like Lizzo is also a pop artist, but she raps,
Mm.
so I feel like there's just kind of like this fusion, like especially with the way genres are nowadays, like there's so many like fusions that happen and collaborations between genres and new genres that are being formed, and I just feel like pop and hip hop like definitely like go hand in hand like in my
Right.
music.
Uh, Great answer. Great answers. I do agree. I think I liken it. If somebody asked me that same question, I liken it to basketball. I say music, contemporary music today is positionless basketball. You know,
Hmm.
and so you can, power forward can run point. You know what I mean? A point guard could be the shooting guard. Like the centers getting
Yeah.
LeBron in the center. Like where they do that at. So I feel that, and it makes a ton of sense. It definitely does. But like I said, just kudos because I love your answers. I love your answers.
Ah, thank you. I'm glad you like it.
So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, again, we get ready to get into the meat and potatoes, man, because I really want y'all to get to check this music out. And in the interim, make sure you like, follow, or subscribe. Anna Storm on all social media at It's Anna Storm. She's on Twitter. She's on Facebook. Just Google her. You'll find her. And her
Definitely.
catalog is impressive. So I guarantee you need to just, in worst case scenario, go to Spotify or Pandora and boop, put in Anna Storm and let her wow you. That's what I'm going. I encourage you to do that
Oh, thank you.
for sure, for sure. So with that being said, we're gonna take a second and we're gonna go into the segment that we've been waiting for, the music video portion. So stand by, here we go. So, with that being said, Victoria said, "You guys are so wise," and she's loving it. Yeah, man, you wise too. You wise
Ah,
too,
thank you. I appreciate that.
big. We love you, big. Um, but we want to talk about your the video that we have right now is Clown Tears.
Yes.
I'd like for you to take the opportunity. Let's talk about how it came together. Like, what was the concept? Like, how did it come from? As they say, God's lips to everybody's ears.
Of course. So, I wrote it about an ex-boyfriend. I was really mad at him. We had been in a toxic relationship where he just like didn't appreciate me, and I was staying with him because it was just like comfortable. But
Mm,
he just truly didn't value me the way I should have been valued, and just took me for granted. And I wrote it one day when I was like really mad at him, like super mad. And I was almost glad that he made me mad because I got a good song out of it, So, I wrote it a couple years um, ago, and I didn't record it until actually August. I was like, oh, I want to put something out, and it's going to be the fall and it's around Halloween. Maybe I should go for, the song Clown Tears that I wrote because it's kind of dark pop vibes, and maybe I should think about putting that one out, even though it's like a little bit different than, some of my other earlier stuff. I wanted to go for it, and I just went in the studio. I recorded it in about an hour, and then I decided I wanted to do a video for it, and I wanted to like go for kind of an edgy look in the video, and I chose the set, and I liked the lighting, and I felt like it really went with the song, and so it actually kind of came together like pretty quickly.
Good.
Did the video in September, and then released it on Halloween. So yeah, that's how that came together. I just wanted to put something new out, and I wanted to like kind of branch into a different area of pop, like a little bit darker.
Awesome. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we about to stay tuned, and we're gonna check out Clown Tears real quick before we do that. And I want you to, just give me name drop the producer for the track as well as the videographer for the video.
Okay, so the producer is Pacific Beats, and the videographer for the video, his name is Meech.
Okay. So with that, shout out to the producer and shout out to the videographer. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We have Clown Tears by Anna Storm. Let's go.
Get out of my face. Why are you still here? God. Whatever. Took my heart and put it on a platter. Cut the bullshit, I can't stand the chatter. Your words pass through one ear and out the other. It's true. What can I do? How do I live without you? Build my whole world around you. Circuses up, I clowned you. Don't bother me, just let me be. Had me at hello, but then we said goodbye. Grab a needle and I'll stick it in your eye. Love is blind, but blink it, it'll pass you by. Ooh, and I'm no fool, yeah. How do I live without you? Build my whole world around you. Circuses up, I clowned you. Don't bother me, just let me be. And I'm amazed by the lies and the trash that you say. The only time you give a shit's when I walk away. Got clown tears in my eyes, baby. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. So robotic, idiotic, you do not give a fuck. If you want my four-leaf clover, boy, you're pushing your luck. You think that you is all that, but the truth is you suck. Oops, did I just say that? How do I live without you? Build my whole world around you. Circuses up, I clowned you. Don't bother me, just let me be. Just let me be. Just let me grieve. Just let me bleed. Go away.
Yes, sir. I like that. That's a bop. That's,
Thank you.
the young would say it's a bop.
It's a bob.
I love it. So, like, once everything the rubber met the road, and you put the product out, and they had a couple months for it to sit with you. How do you feel? Like, how does it make you feel just going back and watching it now? When the dust settles.
Actually, I'm really happy like with it once, and now that I watch it. When I watch it now, I've been happy. Actually, it's so fun. I really love that record because it's so funny. Today I was with my boyfriend, and I was playing the song on Amazon Music, and we just started like dancing to it. He's like, I fucking love this song. It's so good. And I'm like, I really love it too. Like, I'm like so happy about the song because it was also a direction I didn't know I could really go in. I mean, I always liked like dark pop, and I liked Billie Eilish and that kind of stuff, but I just like didn't know I could even go in that direction. And it took me getting mad at my ex to write something like that. And I'm really happy with the product. Like there's been a lot of like press write-ups on it, and the video doing pretty good on TikTok. Like people have made up like about 3 different dances to the song. And I think it's really resonating with people, and they're really liking it, and they're liking the lyrics. And anyone that has like negative shit to say, I personally, sometimes on TikTok, when someone has a negative thing to say about the song,
yeah,
I'll come back with like a clever comeback and stuff. I like clapping back sometimes because I'm pretty clever. So sometimes it's just fun. So anyone that has shit to say, I'm just like, whatever. Maybe, it's whatever. But it's art. It's not for everyone. But I think the reception has been really positive, and a lot of people can relate to it. Everyone has like a toxic ex, I feel like. And I feel I'm just really happy with the product. Really happy to continue to see it grow, and definitely hopefully get sync placements for that too. So
I love it. I love it. And I think you're absolutely right with that. It's interesting. There was somebody reposted a video of Rick Rubin speaking about music, and one of the things that I took away from that video that I saw that they reposted was the fact that he said that when you do music, you shouldn't do music for other people's approval. That's your art. So when you put it out, you put it out for you. You don't put it out for the masses. And that's always kind of resonated with me, but it was great to hear such a legendary talent say that, you know what I mean, to kind of validate it. And I'm saying all that to say that, you're not going to please everybody.
Never.
I don't think if you go in there chasing to try to get everybody's accolade, you will run yourself up a gum tree 10 times out of 10. So that's awesome. I love this song personally. I think it's dope. And it's definitely on my Spotify playlist.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Of course. Now we did Clown Tears. We talked about that. I want to talk about now that you had that and that just came out. What are your current aspirations and projects? What are you currently working on that you'd like to share with the viewers?
Yeah. So I actually just received and signed my first music publishing deal.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Really happy about that. I signed it like a couple weeks ago. Really happy with this company called Kilphonic Rights, and they've been great. And so they've told me that we're going to get a lot more placements for Confident, and we're going to get a lot of new placements for Clown Tears. And so I'm really excited about that. And I also am working on finishing my first full-length album that's going to be coming out in 2024. And it's going to be about 10 to 11 songs. So I'm working with one of the producers I work with named Mike, and he's crafting some beats for me right now. So I'll be like writing couple new songs in the next couple weeks. But I'm really excited for that project because it's the one that has my song with P. Pablo on it, and it's a really good it's gonna be a really good album with a lot of bops, and my first album. I'm really excited for that. So yeah, that's like some of the things I've been working on.
I love it. I wish you nothing but the best. And if I could be of service, it is truth that Donnie B does have the beats. You know what I mean? So
that's you did. That is true. Donnie. Yeah, that is. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have my people call your people for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Regardless, I'm looking at what you're doing, and I'm going to be looking at it with great expectations. So I wish you nothing but the best.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, we should definitely talk.
So we have a segment that I like to kind of break the monotony a bit. If you're interested in your game on, it's a segment I got called Hot Topics. You interested?
I'm interested.
I love it. I love it. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Hot Topics, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. scene. So now we have what's called the hot topics, ladies and gentlemen. Anna, the hot topics portion is what it is a series of questions that are designed for the viewers to get to know who you are through these random questions that I ask you. Feel free to keep it light, keep it fun. If you don't want to answer it, feel free to say next question or next or nah or whatever it is that you identify with. But they're pretty concise and pretty straightforward. You'll kind of get the drift as I go.
Okay, perfect.
Got it?
Yes.
First question, and this is a staple of the show. 3 things you didn't know. What's three things that the world does not know about Anna Storm that you'd like to share with everybody or clarify? Because God damn it, they need to put some respect on your name.
Okay, so first thing, and some people do know this, but not everyone knows this, is that I am a pizza connoisseur, and I actually won a pizza eating contest in Arizona about 3 years ago. I ate a 33-inch pizza with 4 toppings in an hour. And it's so funny because when I came in the pizzeria, the owner was like, "There's no way you can eat." Like, he saw me and I'm pretty thin, and he's like, "You're not going to be able to do it." And everyone does it in like teams of 2, and I actually like won it. So I'm really good at eating pizza. That's like a claim to fame. Then another thing that not everyone might know about me is, this is funny. I was actually on an episode of the Steve Wilkos show. Some people know it, but not everyone. It was like a funny episode though. Like, I was on it with my quote ex-boyfriend that I never actually dated. And he was like super Guido, like from Jersey. It honestly seemed like an episode of Jersey Shore because I was like orange Oompa Loompa tan and he was just super Guido, like the situation kind of vibes from Jersey Shore. And our episode was about because someone was like putting my name and number on Craigslist, and I was getting all these spam phone calls, and all this weird shit was happening. And I thought that my ex-boyfriend was doing it to me, but he didn't do it. But it was a funny episode. If y'all want to watch it, it's you can find it on YouTube. Steve Wilkos, Are You Trying to Ruin My Life? Pretty funny. And then what's the last thing that people wouldn't know about me? I guess that I was in school, I was actually a Latin tutor. Very random. Yeah, like Latin, a dead language. I was a tutor for Latin because I was pretty good at it. And I actually like placed in a national Latin exam.
Wow.
Yeah. So very random. It's so useless. But yeah, and people probably wouldn't guess it. So.
No, but I mean, I think it's clever. I think it's amazing because actually, even though it's a dead language, I mean, Latin is still the root of
No, that's
English.
And it have a lot of shit, and maybe it's helped me like understand the language better. I don't know. Maybe it's helped me write better. I don't know. Maybe.
Awesome. Either or. I love what you did there. I love it. I love it. So thank you. You made it through three things that the world did not know about Anna Storm. So kudos there. Next question. They ain't got no war for that. What is the most outlandish thing that you've seen on social media that could be pop culture related? It could be anything. Just the most outlandish thing. It could be from anywhere from Lil Nas X with the baby bump to Donald Trump in his pioneering back for office again. Or what is something that you feel that you have seen recently that you like to call attention to? It could be philanthropy work by somebody who deserves accolades for philanthropy. It could be anything that you like to call attention to, whether or not it's funny, over the top, hilarious, or it could be very serious that you like to call out.
I'm gonna have to say the first thing that came to mind when you asked this question. And probably one of the most entertaining things I've seen on social media, in the past, I think it was the past couple of years, was when Lil Uzi Vert got the big pink diamond in his forehead.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I wish I could give you a more like meaningful answer to this question, but I was just thinking when I saw his pink diamond, so I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. To this day, it's like, bro, it's like, dude, is it like an effective? Like, what's going on,
I
bro?
know. I'm just like, only he would do that. And it's ingrained in my head.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah,
And this holiday season. All right, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. We got two more, then we get back to business as usual. Because again, I want to stay on top of your time to make sure that I respect it. Second to last question is Netflix. What's on your visual playlist that you like to share with everybody? And it doesn't have to be just Netflix. It could be Hulu. It could be Disney Plus. It could be anything. But what is something that you watch and that you like to let everybody know about?
So a Netflix show that I am obsessed with. I can't wait for the new season. I think it's supposed to come out soon. Is the show Emily in Paris? It's like
I heard of it.
really kind of stupid, but it's really easy to watch. Like I binge watch all the seasons, and I'm not like a huge TV person, but because it was so easy and like funny to watch, like I liked it a lot. I just watched on Hulu The Curse of Von Dutch, which got a Von Dutch hat. I really like Von Dutch, and I recently met the founder of Von Dutch, and he told me to watch the documentary, so I watched it. It was really interesting, especially just like learning about like it was such a huge brand like back in the day. It actually slightly is making a comeback too, but yeah, like that was a really interesting documentary, The Curse of Von Dutch, and then what else do I like? I don't know. I'm not like a huge like TV person. Oh, I did watch Dahmer.
That was a good show.
That was really good. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, they did.
Very couldn't keep your eyes off of it. But yeah, pretty good.
Okay. I ain't mad at it. Definitely. I hear you. And thank you for sharing. Last question in this is my playlist popping. What's on your audio playlist that you draw music from that helps to give you the vibes that you need in order to continue to keep up the good fight, keep developing, keep creating?
So the song that I've been like obsessed with recently, and I think it's probably from like 2018 even, is the song 7 Million by Future and Lil Uzi Vert. I just like love the beat, and I love both of their flows on that song. Just love it. I think it's pretty clever, the lyrics. I have been listening to like a lot of Doja Cat's new album, Scarlet. I think it's a really solid album. I have been listening to, as far as pop, I've been listening to a new. Well, she's blown up now, but she's been around for like maybe 4 or 5 years. Tate McRae. She has a lot of like good like kind of Y2K vibes, bangers on her new album, Thank Me Later. So I've been listening to that. And yeah, that's kind of been what I've been vibing to recently.
Love it. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, and I hope I have not disappointed you. A clever and amazing talent, Anna Storm, that we have here. We're winding down in this interview, and before we get to the last little tidbits of this interview, I definitely want to encourage you guys to go. If you haven't already, make sure you go to like and follow and subscribe Anna Storm on all social media. She goes by It's Anna Storm on all social media. But like I said, I have her listed at Insta right here. So make sure you do such a thing. Victoria Holla said, continue in much success to both. Keep living your dreams and pushing your passion.
Thank you.
Nick, you already know what it is would be, you know what I'm saying? But I'll make sure that the kudos get over here to Anna Storm, you know?
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Victoria.
Yeah, thank you. And Vic is she's amazing. With that being said, we're going to pivot right back to you, and we're going to, the time was winding down a little bit. I want to ask you before we get out of here, a couple more questions. In your opinion,
Mhm.
Being that you've been doing this for a while, you've obviously been around the block as an independent, and you've been around some premier talent as well. In your opinion, though, what is one big myth about the entertainment industry that you'd like to share with people that don't really quite grasp the entertainment industry?
Um, One big myth about the entertainment industry is that people like blow up overnight. That does not happen. People do not blow up overnight. People have it's like the years of grinding. Like my friend, he's in a huge rock band, but he was literally like grinding for like over 10 years before, he blew up. Like, but people don't see that. People don't see all the grinding you have to do before you blow up. People just think you kind of pop out of nowhere, and you really don't, that's not how it works. So I think that's like a myth about the entertainment industry. People think, and it's funny that people still think that, but people really do. They're really ignorant, and people think you just blow up overnight. Like one day this person appears, or like, you know, or like a lot of people think like industry plant. They use that word all the time now. I
Mhm.
don't personally believe in industry plant that much. It's funny. Someone left a comment on one of my TikTok videos, like saying something about I'm probably an industry plant, and I'm like, I wish I was an industry plant. If there like really was such a thing, that would be a lot easier. But like, I don't. I truly believe that like a lot of artists, most you have to grind, and if you just don't blow up, you're not really planted. Like
Right.
you have to grind, and then opportunities start coming to you because you put in the work, but it's a lot of grinding.
You took the words right out of the mouth. As they say back in the day, from the house of, from the mouth of babes, man. Like like it really is not. It's a very difficult process, and a lot of people don't quite get it. My the one that rubs my rhubarb the wrong way, 1000% is obviously I'm a male,
Yeah,
and I've had different iterations of my art. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And a lot of it started off in hip hop, then I started to do pop and R&B, and then now I'm kind of back in my hip hop element to take it back to the beginning, right?
yeah.
One thing though I hate is you kind of introduce yourself, and people are like, well, what do you do? I'm a music producer and a recording artist, and you get that this kind of thought process. It's like, what do you even
Yeah.
what is that? What does that even mean? Like, you don't even know. You ain't even heard me, but you're saying, ugh, like
I
what?
know people like it's they do like it's so negative.
Yeah. And I for the life of me, I haven't been able to wrap my mind around it because I guess maybe I haven't allowed myself to. But it's mad annoying. It's mad
It's
annoying because it's
super
just like,
people like judge like, oh, that's not like a real thing.
yeah,
Like they think it's not real or something.
yeah. Or even still, it's like you could be talking to, what I mean, like, like when I first met my girlfriend, she was like, yeah, yeah, you're a rapper. Like, yeah. Like, what does that even mean? Like, you know what I
Like
mean?
whatever. Like
Yeah. Okay. Well, you probably got a whole you surrounded by a whole bunch of naked women.
oh yeah, that's another they think if you're a rapper, you're probably surrounded by tons of hoes and shit. It's like it's not always like that.
It ain't never been like my holy shit moment. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's never been in my wheelhouse as much as I'd love it to be. Maybe I
exactly.
wish I could be like that, but I mean, nah. Honestly, that's never been in my. That's not who I am. You know what I mean?
Not
But it's
every rapper's like that anyway. I don't think every rapper's like that. That'd be such a generalization,
it's an overgeneralization, and I
Yeah.
definitely agree with you 1000%. But that always gets my goat because it's like, do you think that less of a situation or that less of me to really think that I'm like that? Ugh, go
That's
shoot yourself.
stupid.
Yeah, yeah, it is what it is. That part. So, thank you for sharing your thoughts on a myth about the entertainment industry. We got three more questions, and then obviously get you out of here. How do you feel, in your opinion, that you have paved the way for young talent?
I feel like I have paved the way for young talent because I show, I've gotten like girls DM me and be like, thank you for, like making me feel more confident. And I think there's in our society, especially like as women, like growing up, we're kind of, we're not always so confident. And there's a lot of outside factors that can like weigh down on us. And so when I get a message from like a girl being like, thank you for making me feel more confident and empowered and making me feel like a boss. It's really special because, it means that I kind of wished I had that like personally, like growing up. And now I'm able sort of to be that for other women and just showing them, but that they, can grind and hustle and, do it too if they have like the drive and the self-discipline to want to pursue entertainment, that they can do it and they can build their own brand. And like people that follow me on social media, like I usually try to be like pretty like down to earth. I think there was this girl that posted a video with my Clown Tears song like the other day. She's like a teenager, and she was like, she DM'd me and I like thanked her for posting, for making like a couple videos with my song. And she's like, I can't believe I'm talking to a celebrity right now. Oh my God. I'm like, no, stop. Like, whatever people may think that I am, I like to be like very approachable. I'm just, like, everyone's just a person, like regardless of any level of success they've achieved in this industry. Like everyone's just a person.
And that's going to carry you leaps and bounds into the beyond, man. Like seriously. And there's so many people that just buys into their own press. It's ridiculous, man. And to just be able to find good people with great talent that really just get it. That's just, it's, you got so many blessings coming to you just off of that strength alone, let alone the talent and the skill
thank you.
You put into it. Just make sure you don't lose that for nobody, please. And that's just obviously my opinion. But
no, I don't want to ever. I just always want to be like down to earth, regardless of how successful I might be. Want to be relatable,
Understood. All right, 2 more questions and it'll be out of this. Here we go. Any advice for aspiring talent? And notice I didn't say any advice for young talent. I said any advice for aspiring talent, because I'm one to believe that regardless of your age, you could still, like you said, bust on the scene depending on how much work you put into it or have put into it.
Especially nowadays with the way social media is. Like, okay, so there's certain people that will think, oh, I can't start going into music because I'm too old. That shit don't matter anymore. Mm-hmm. It hasn't mattered for a minute. For acting, it doesn't matter. Definitely doesn't matter for acting. For music, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, with the way that it is, like nowadays, like you can be so diverse. There's not really like one type that is popular anymore. There's so many genres. There's so many ways people can find your music, and there's like so many people are listening to so many different things and resonating with so many different messages and different artists that you can like start. Never think you're too old. Never think like it's not possible, because like literally anything's possible. You have to just be willing to put in the time and the grinding, and there are going to be days that it's really fucking hard and you're just like, why am I doing this? But don't like ever forget why you started and keep on going, because if you just keep on pushing and being consistent with your messages and your music and your content, then you will see results. And you just have to be like self-disciplined and just like keep that motivation within yourself, and don't like listen to anyone that's trying to make you doubt yourself, because you really don't need them. Like all you need is yourself and your own drive and your own creativity in order to be successful in music. And you just have to be willing to just believe in yourself.
And I approve this message. I truly approve that message. Again, it's not a game of if anymore. It's a game of when, and it just depends.
That well said. It's not if, it is totally when. Yes.
Yeah. So 1000% agree with you. And I take the opportunity to say I'm very appreciative of you and your craft. I'm very appreciative of the fact that I got to share it and share energy with you on the show. I know who Anna Storm is, like, seriously now. So you know what I mean. Like, that makes me more of engaged to be a fan now and follow and have a better understanding as far as your product and your brand and your art. So I look forward to what you got coming up next. I want to say again before I get to the last question, make sure you like and follow and subscribe Anna Storm on all social media if you have not already. If you're watching this after the show, feel free still go find, like, follow, subscribe Anna Storm on all social media. It's Anna Storm. It don't matter where you're at. And if you get confused, make sure that you Google it. Just Google it. You can find anybody.
Google it. You'll find shit.
Yeah, it's some people that the bird, the bird don't always leave the nest with some people. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go to the final question, the most important questions, and I tell this to every guest all the time. The most question of them all: how can people learn more about you, Anna Storm?
So you can learn more about me by following me on social media, because I'm very active on social media. Follow me on Instagram at itsannastorm. Follow me on TikTok at itsannastorm. Follow me on YouTube at itsannastorm. Facebook, facebook.com/annastormslaylife. Any of those platforms, you can learn more about me. And most of the time I really do try to respond, and I'll be appreciative of anything you have to say.
Indeed. And I'm here to tell you, yeah, she's has build, man. Like, she definitely gets back. She's very, very punctual when she gets back to you. She don't Hollywood nobody, man. So make sure you should like and follow, subscribe, reach out to her, man. And if nothing else, show some support, ladies and gentlemen. Support Beans, repost, pay attention, subscribe, give honest feedback. Those things. Don't hide behind Twitter fingers, ladies and gentlemen. That's unfortunate in today's climate that everybody has to hide behind Twitter walls, Twitter fingers, and the whole nine. So make sure you like and subscribe and follow Anna Storm.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we are at time. How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel great.
I appreciate that. I like for all my guests to enjoy themselves on my platform. I want to take this opportunity for an unscripted question, and I want to leave it out there for you. Do you have any shout outs or anything else that you would like to leave people with before we get out of here?
Wow. Shout outs. I want to give a shout out to actually my dad. He died 2 years ago, and he really was my best friend. I didn't really touch on this in the interview, but he was like my best friend and my biggest fan, and like I would like to say #1 stormtrooper. So I want to give a shout out to him for like always believing in me, and I just like hope that I'm making him proud. And so definitely shout out to my dad. And who else do I want to shout out? No one really, except for my dad. And what else do I want to leave people with? Just be confident. Just like love yourself. Just like fuck the haters and slay life. That's like my little motto. Just like kill life. 35. That 24/7, 365. Oh my god, my brain. Yeah. So yeah, and yeah, listen to my music. If you're feeling in a bad mood, it will definitely like uplift you and make you feel like more confident and more positive and like the alpha bitch that you are.
I love it. And the fact that you said be confident. That's a perfect segue into how we're gonna end this thing. We're gonna end this thing. I see what you're doing there, and you got us there. So that's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I want to end this episode on a good note. This is I had a beautiful time with a beautiful guest, man. She's definitely full of energy, definitely great talent. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, Anna Storm on all social media. Do it just because I say so, and then do it just because she's dope, a dope talent as well. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe, check out all her music. like and follow her on Pandora and everything to stream. Get them stream numbers up for her. Let her know that you exist. Reach out to her and show her your support. Also, in turn, you can like, follow, subscribe. Your boy, Donnie B, GotDaBeats. You know, like I said, I had to take my time to you know, for you know, mental break, and you know, because I had a lot of things going on. So season 7 kind of suffered a bit, but guess what? We at the end of season 7, get ready to go to season 8, and I got a whole new style for you. Wait till you see what I got cooked up next. I'm excited. But we gonna get there, man. We got to put one foot in front of the other. Without further ado, though, we are at time. Anna, if you got a few seconds to unpack really quick, we're just gonna play everything out of you. If you could just wait for the green room, and then we can unpack after all of this, it'd be greatly appreciated. If not, we can touch base later on. Totally.
Yeah, I have some time to do that. Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk after this. But without further ado, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe on both all platforms for Anna Storm, as well as Donnie B GotDaBeats and the Beat TV LA on all social media platforms. I'm thankful again to keep have my COVID pivot keep pivoting for y'all. I really enjoy it, and I enjoy just having great communications and sharing energies with great talent out there, because other people need to know that these people exist. That's what this is all about. This is all for. And stay tuned for the next couple guests, which is going to be coming real soon. Without further ado, we going to get a quick word from the sponsor. Then we going to go into confident, and then we going to be out. Like I said, I'm Donnie B GotDaBeats. We live on the beat, and we out.
That's just what the fuck we do. Breezy Beats.
To get who's that girl up in the lunch line, here with a couple of punch lines. Now I'm laughing to myself. They asked me if I like brunch wine, sitting next to the coastline, but I say I'm okay with being by myself. I'm loving myself. I am who I am, like nobody else. I'm what confidence is. Finding myself was a true gift from within. I'm so confident when I walk by, fierceness dripping from my thigh. Guys throw out their weaker lines. I'm by myself. Break heels, dancing through these club nights. No bare feet under the spotlights. Slaying for my life. I'm loving myself. I am who I am, like nobody else. I'm what confidence is. Finding myself was a gift from within. Sandstorm. Dreams reach peaks of the slate tops. Don't play thought anime. Blacks, steady stream, watching how the green drops. California dreaming, lip gloss be gleaming. Leaving them fiending for any other reason. That's what they be screaming, yep, that's what they screaming. Husbands always promise they wife, they will be leaving. I'm loving myself. I am who I am, like nobody else. I'm what confidence is. Finding myself was such a gift from within. You see me walking down the street, that's the girl you wanna be. My confidence is everything, every step I take, I just slay the day. See me walking down the street, that's the girl you wanna be. My confidence is everything, every step I take, I just slay the day.
Donnie B.